Hi there, good to see you. I'm on the Hauhungaroa Track, which is at the southern end of the Pureora Forest Park. I'm heading up to the Hauhungaroa Hut. I've only got time for a very quick overnight stay, so this is more of just a have a look around in the area. I've never been here before. They tell me there's deer in the area, so I thought I'd scout it out, have a look and see if it's worth coming back for a few days stay. So here we go. Supposedly an easy track, we'll soon find out, and we'll get to the hut, so come along if you will. Let's go, shall we? So the area we're walking through really hasn't changed much at all. Same sort of scrubby, regenerating bush. It's a nice walk, but we're steadily climbing. We've got to climb about, I don't know, 600 meters, I think, from where we parked the car. So the hut sits at 1100 meters, so it's a steady climb all the way. It's not a bad climb, it's just a steady climb all the way. Plenty of bird life though, it's quite nice to see, but it'd be nice to have it open up a bit at some point. Well, I've seen plenty of animal sign, and you can see right down at my feet there's plenty of pig rooting. Now that I've hit the top of the ridge, all the way along the ridge line, plenty of pig sign. Lots of goat tracks if you're into goats, but I haven't seen much sign of any deer at this point. But yeah, goats and pigs, certainly the place to come, that's for sure. Let's carry on, shall we? Well, it's taken a well-earned snack break. So I've climbed up the ridge, walked along the top of it. I'm not quite sure how far we've gone. I'm guessing I'm probably 3/4 of the way there. Been walking just over 2 hours, so the dock sign said 3 hours, so we'll see what happens. I think this is turning more into a tramping video than anything to do with hunting. I've seen a bit of sign for pigs and goats, but haven't seen hide nor hair of a deer. We'll have a look a little bit later on, though. It is, well, it's the middle of the day at the moment, so I really need to just sort of stumble upon them, but there's some promising looking places further along, which we'll have a look. But yeah, I think this is going to be a tramping video, or an armed tramping video, if that's what you prefer. Still, anyway, I'll have one of these energy bars. I don't know, not really my favourite thing, but if, as long as it says what it does on the packet and it works, that's fine by me. Here we are at Hauhungaroa Hut. It's got a nice outlook. You can see right across the valley. It's a beautiful little spot, actually. You could probably put a tent down there. I think that's the heliport, but you could put a tent down there if you wanted to. So lovely little hut. Arrived just in time. It's just starting to rain. So let's go inside and have a look, shall we? So here we are. It's just a one room, very simple, 2, 4, 6 bunk hut. It's got a little fireplace just there. There is some wood out there. Well, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to chop it because I can't see an axe anywhere. But we'll worry about that in a minute. So I should be pretty cozy in here tonight. I've got it all to myself, so it should be quite cozy. So there it is, Hauhungaroa Hut, the Hauhungaroa Track, Pureora Forest Park. Nice little spot. Well, it's a nice hut. There's 3 people in here with me, but they look like good buggers, so I think I can get on well with them. Have a look, see what you think. They look alright, do they? Yeah, I think they do. So hut book as usual, pretty interesting. It's not a very busy hut, this one. So the last people before me were a month ago. And before that, 3 weeks, and then you go back a month, and then you go back 2 weeks, and then you go back, well, another month and a half. And then it's pretty busy, obviously, over summer, which is when those were. But yeah, I'm quite surprised, actually. It's a beautiful hut. It's a nice walk in. The track's fairly easy. It's well marked. There's a couple of windfalls, a few bits and pieces in places, but nothing that should put you off. But yeah, nice walk in, nice hut, very nice actually, lovely insulated, nice and warm. I've got the fire going now, which is pretty good. So yeah, should be pretty good. I don't know why more people aren't here. There's probably, I don't know, half a dozen mice running around. Almost impossible for me to get rid of them. You really need a little bit of mice bait or something like that to do it, but yeah, they're running around. So, and what's happened is some of the people who were here prior, they've left a bag of food sitting on the bench. Now that food had milk powder in it. It had porridge, rolled oats, things like that. And these are just a great feast for a poor hungry mouse. So yeah, bench has been, well, bench is really messy. I've tidied it up, but really messy. Mice are running everywhere looking for more milk powder and more porridge. So what you need to do in small huts like these, especially when they're only getting people in sort of twice a month, something like that, is make sure you take all your food scraps with you. Don't leave anything here. The mice will just love it, and they'll end up in the mattresses. They'll end up in places where, well, you really don't want them to be. At the moment, yeah, they're just scurrying in and out, and that's fine. But if they take up residence in here, yeah, you just don't want that. They make a mess. So please take your food scraps with you. In fact, take all your rubbish with you. There's no need to leave it here. Well, I've got the fire going. Got the stove fired up as much as I can. It's heating up this whole room, which is great. A couple of candles on, but it's yeah, time for me to go to bed. So if anything happens in the middle of the night, I'll let you know. But otherwise, see you in the morning. Good night. Well, good morning. It's about, I don't know, 30 minutes before dawn. I just want to check out a couple of spots just west of the hut here before I go. They looked pretty promising last night, so I'm going to have a look this morning. And then I'm heading back. So just a quick plate of porridge. We'll tidy up the hut behind me and give it a sweep out and leave it as we found it. And then head for those clearings and see if we can spot anything, I think.
It was a beautiful night last night. Got down a bit cold. It was, according to the thermometer, it was 1 degree. But beautiful warm stove. Threw out a lot of heat, filled the whole hut up with heat. The hut's really well insulated. So yeah, very nice place to stay. I was very cozy and warm. Probably didn't help that the mice were having a bit of a party, running all over the hut, but that's okay. Mice can do what they can do. But it's certainly a lesson about leaving food out. I hung all my food up from the rack, and they didn't get into anything of mine. But I'm sure if I'd left some stuff on the bench, I'd have a bit of a mess this morning. But anyway, finish my porridge, and then we'll get moving.
Well, you can see the hut behind me. So my morning little look in those clearings out west didn't really amount to anything. So I'm on my way back now. I had a nice night in the hut. It was very, very warm. It's a lovely hut in terms of the fire and the warmth, and highly recommend it. Really, really comfortable. If it wasn't for the mice, I would have had a great night's sleep, to be fair. But anyway, that's it. Hauhungaroa Hut on the Hauhungaroa Ridge. Let's go, shall we? Well, here we are at the end of the track. It was a lovely walk. The weather, as you can see, was beautiful. A little bit chilly, but no wind and lovely sunshine, so made for a lovely walk. So that was the Hauhungaroa Hut. It's the next one in line as you go down the Pureora Forest Park. It's the next one down from the Waihaha Hut. If you want to have a look at the Waihaha Hut, check that video out up there. I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.